Welcome back, everyone. Today we are catching up with someone very special to have a chat about Sri Lanka's T20 World Cup journey, which is going to start in a few hours' time. Sri Lanka will take on South Africa in a couple of hours' time. Our guest, who is joining us today, a few years ago, we were training at Ketarama one day, and all of a sudden, after a couple of days, this guy comes up on TV hitting sixes of Brett Lee's. After that, he ended up playing more than a decade for Sri Lanka, representing all formats of the game. Exceptional fielder and great human being too. Welcome to Sri Lankan Cricket Podcast, Chamara Kapugedara. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Vida. How are you? Hi, Bara. How are you?
Hey Kapu, good to have you and good to be with you recording an episode on a platform. We've discussed a lot of times trying to catch up. I think with the T20 World Cup on the show or happening, I think it's a good chance to get you on board, discuss, because we know your involvement in cricket and T20 cricket has gives us that insights, and even to the listeners out there, which we hope to cover in this episode.
Yeah, glad to be here, man. Thanks. Thanks for inviting me.
Good to have you, Kapu. Now, we normally start this episode with a bit of a chit chat, but
Yeah.
I think we should get right into it. Kapu, now Sri Lanka is going to face South Africa in New York later tonight.
Yep.
Very
Yep.
important game. We are facing the toughest team in our group first up. So, what do you think? Our boys, I think they're ready to go. They played a couple of practice games. What do you think about our chances in the first game, Kapu?
To be fair, I think South Africa generally with all 20 teams, I think they're one of the top teams. It's not going to be easy for us, especially with the South African batting order. I think that'll post us a big challenge. But I think boys went early, about a couple of weeks earlier, to USA and had few good sessions and a couple of practice games. I think we have figured out where we need to improve. Hopefully, our batters, top order especially, will play a key role today. I think it's going to be tough. I'm not saying. Odds say South Africa. Still, I think Sri Lanka always does well in a World Cup. So hopefully our batting will click today. Top order will click today, and we'll give a good run to South Africa.
I think it's all the hype around. I think even in Sri Lanka or around the world, like we are in Melbourne as we speak. We are keen to stay up and watch this game tonight.
Yeah.
So the World Cup
I think
vibes are good.
it's a good build up for Sri Lanka this time around. We played some good cricket past few months. I think we've been in good form. Most of the players are in good form. But apart from the couple of practice games, the top order has been playing well. In Bangladesh also, we had a very good series. So it's all about the momentum as well. Hopefully, we can get off to a good start in batting. If we bowl, hopefully, I think our bowlers are in a good form. So it's all about batsmen getting those runs. It will boost the camp as well. Batsmen, the top order, how they go about will make a big difference in our campaign going forward.
Yeah. Is there anything different you reckon Sri Lanka will look to introduce into their batting, or?
I don't think they'll try anything, or I don't think they need to try anything special now. Special after you've had few months of training for this, and now I don't think they'll do anything different. But the approach should be positive for me, especially Pathum Kusal will play a key role. If they get off to a good start, it doesn't matter if one of them goes on to make a big score or not. It will depend how they start the innings and how they put the pressure on the South African bowlers. It will rub on to the other batters as well. So it'll be a key challenge for the openers and number three thing. I think that's gonna change the dimension of our unit, especially if Kusal or Pathum can get off to a very good start. That will change everything.
Yeah, it's funny that we talk only about batting because, as you said, we have a very good bowling attack, and they've been informed. They've been playing in the IPL. So when it comes to batting, couple, what sort of a score we are looking at if we bat first in the first 6 overs? Most of the teams have a explosive opener. We have more of a
Yeah.
conventional opening pair. What are we looking at?
For me, I think we have good combination in Pathum and Kusal. Because Kusal always, he up front, he goes for his shots, he will be attacking, and Pathum plays an anchor role, sort of anchor role. But Pathum has developed his skill as well now. His game has improved a lot. So that combination is pretty good. If they can stick to their strength, and I think it's all about believing in themselves as well. So it's just that the combination, that partnership, hopefully they can give us a good start.
Interesting. Talking about combinations, so I mean, key term we keep hearing in T20 cricket a lot is matchups. So
Yeah.
South African bowling coming up against because we're focusing on Sri Lanka's batting. Rabada most likely will come into the bowling attack. In terms of a guy who'll bowl up front, Maharaj, I'm not sure if he plays. He might be a guy who might be introduced inside the power play. If not, it will be
Yeah.
Rabada, not here. And Maharaj as the three bowlers with Kotsi playing there. I'm guessing that will be your power play
Yeah,
game.
I think they will bowl Kotse up front because he did
Yeah,
well in the IPL as well. So he will bowl in the power play definitely. And my biggest concern, or I think our biggest challenge, would be Maharaj for me.
yeah,
I think if we play him well, and the spinners, if I'm not sure if Shams is playing or not. I'm not quite sure.
yeah.
Is he in the squad? I'm not sure about
Yeah,
that.
Shamsi is in the
Shams is
squad.
there, yeah. So
Yeah,
if he plays, yeah, I mean, more than Shamsi, Maharaj will play a key role. I think we haven't, in the past couple of years, or maybe 3-4 years, we haven't played the left-arm spinners that well, or
yeah,
wrist spinners as well. So it will uh, it will be a key matchup for us if we can play Maharaj well without giving him much wickets. Think that will play a major role because they will depend on Maharaj in the middle overs. Because what I saw from the practice game, India Bangladesh, the wicket is a bit onto the slower side.
yeah,
So it's a drop in wickets as well. So we don't know how it plays out the next wicket. So
yeah.
it will Maharaj will play a key role for South Africa as well for Sri Lanka.
You talked about the pitches, Kapu. I know it's a brand new stadium and a brand new pitch. What sort of a total we'll be looking at? Because if you look at the IPL, the scores for
Yeah.
every game was over 200, but these are small grounds comparing to some of the Indian grounds.
Yeah.
What sort of a total we'll be looking at?
Oh, well, if we bat first, I think we should at least aim around 170 plus. And if we bowl first, I think we should try to keep them under 160, or maybe 160 would be a good score to chase down. So it all depends on, we can predict, but it depends on the wicket. It might play better than we expect also.
Yeah,
So yeah, so it all depends how boys and how quickly they identify the wicket also. But don't my view or my opinion would be, don't aim too high also. It can crash. Yeah, can backfire for us. It has happened in the future for us. We aim too high, and with our bowling anyway, we don't need we don't need 200s to defend, and I think we have a very good bowling lineup. So yeah,
Do you
at
think
least
180?
170 plus. 180 would be a
Yeah.
180 would be a plus for us. Yeah, definitely.
I think
Yeah, I think we have
the
bowling to
guys
defend that.
I think
look up
we would back our bowlers if we score 170 plus. We should definitely.
in terms of batting. I think you summed it up, getting to that 180 score and the wicket playing in a new ground. There's been a practice game played earlier, India, Bangladesh, like you said. So I'm guessing this might be the same wicket they play on just to get the second game out of it. Might be the best time to bat on as well.
Yeah.
Um, so hoping to get a good score, and I'm guessing a key player that we'll look for would be Kusal Mendis from the top three batters. Maybe I feel he needs to bat more freely or take on that explosive role of getting the team off to a start. Do you think he'll have the confidence to go ahead and do that, or anything?
He should. I mean, there's uh, I don't see why he shouldn't. I mean, I mean, everybody's looking up to him, but he shouldn't take much pressure. I think he should be more free, and there, there's enough support there for him, especially with the new coaching staff and Sanat Jayasuriya has been there. I think it'll help his confidence to play his natural game. That would help him. But I don't think
Yeah,
he should have any fear. I mean, he has played enough cricket now. He's been there for about 10 years now, so shouldn't be a problem for him. And also Sri Lanka will. It'll all depend what the combination that Sri Lanka is going to play today. Because
yeah.
Sadira is not in the greatest of form. So I don't know whether they will change or they will try to get DDS in at number 4, maybe number 3. I don't know. With the off spin option with Quinton and Rickleton opening, I think they might use that extra off spin option with DDS. So yeah, it all depends on the combination as well. Hopefully, Charit can get us some runs in the middle overs with Maharaj left arm spin coming in. He will play a key role for Sri Lanka, I think. Charit.
You think captain might come in as a floater up the order because
He always does. No question about it. He always does.
good
So
option.
I don't think I don't think there's any question about him coming in early if we don't lose um, 3-4 wickets early. I think he'll definitely come in early. Like he'll come in at least number 5, maybe number 4 if we don't lose wickets in first 10 overs. I don't know. So he definitely likes it. I mean, Manidu always, I think, last year or so he has done it consistently. So I don't see why he shouldn't do it. So I'm pretty sure he will do it. He'll come in as a floater.
I was thinking, if you think about Sri Lanka's batting order, it gives him the freedom to play that. You're right. If you discuss about DDS and Sadira, which combination they go at, I think it complements whether it strengthens our bowling. But if say Vanidu comes up, or if we use it in another way, we almost give the freedom up the order for a batsman to say go out and bat freely. We've actually got a longer batting order just to cover that. So some guy can just take a risk. So it complements both of that. My thoughts are in modern day cricket. I mean, we haven't seen Sri Lanka use it as much, but if, like you mentioned, Charit Asalanka hopefully taking on Keshav Maharaj, it would the batting or the think tank of Sri Lanka cricket be ready to send Charita Salanka ahead to come if Keshav Maharaj comes on to the back to kind of take him down? Or
Uh, I think playing Kamidu at number 3 will, I mean, restrict or not restrict. I mean, they'll think twice because Kamidu will also play a left arm spin well. So it all
yeah,
depends on how the opening combination goes and how and what South Africa is going to do with their power play also. But
yeah,
Charit, at number 5 opens up our batting as well. We can do whatever the experiment we want because Starith is there. If the left arm spinner is bowling well, I think he can go and take charge in the middle also. So it's a good. I mean, our batting combination is pretty good looking on the paper. So it's all about
Yeah.
delivering in the middle. And Dasun and Angelo coming into the form, that's also one of the plus points for us. So I think it all looks good on paper. So it's all about getting there and doing the work done. I think I, but I feel South Africa has more pressure than Sri Lanka. We just have to go and play. There's nothing to lose for us, I think.
They are always under pressure in ICC tournaments because
Yeah,
they
definitely.
get
Yeah,
knocked out. So,
yeah,
so,
they are.
so the
Yeah.
plan is to go hard in the first 6 overs, then consolidate, then Angelo, Dasun, and
Yeah, we have enough
Hasan go for it
firepower
in
in
the
the end.
last few overs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I'll ask both of you what are your combination for today? Like the team combinations, Sri
I
Lanka
put out the
combination.
Well,
tweet. I'll put it up.
we've gone with the same. We've gone with the same
Yeah,
combination.
Yeah, both
So
of us.
yeah.
look, I
Let me
think
read it.
I also feel that they will not change much. They will go with the same 11. Uh, Ideally, I would like the DDS there because of the opposition that we are playing South Africa. I think we will have a better bowling option in DDS. I think with Quinton and Rickelton.
yeah.
It's always it's difficult when it comes to selection. You plan ahead and you have guys playing in the 11 for consistently for a few series, and to leave someone out. Even Sadira did well in Bangladesh as well. So
So you
it's
think,
questionable. It's questionable, but I would like DDS in there though.
yeah. So for DDS instead of Sadira,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
Sadira is not doesn't look like in form. So even DDS comes in, he doesn't have to bat at number 4.
yeah,
Depending on the situation, he can go wherever he wants. Like he can go drop down. If
yeah.
we are going well, then we can promote someone up. If we lose couple of early wickets, DDS can go and consolidate for us. So it's the same job. So I think it. Plus, he gets the off spin option, and he has developed into a very good off spinner. So it's a very good plus point for us. In the power play, also we
You
can
can bowl in the power
get
plays as well.
yeah. It's yeah. I mean, look, we are just looking at it from outside. We are not in the team or we are not in the squad, and we don't know how they go about things. We analyze from outside, so it's very hard to say that get this guy and get that guy. And I've seen in Twitter or X that everybody's making their teams and shuffling,
yeah.
and it's easy. It's easy when you're outside because you see from a different perspective, but when you are in there, when you're with the team, you always want to play the same combination or most of the time. Give the players
Yeah.
more confidence. So yeah, I don't mind if they play the same team, but for me, if I given a choice, I would play DDS
Okay.
at number 4 instead of Sadir. So yeah,
Coach in you coming out, Kapu. You need options. You like options.
yeah. I I think against South Africa we'll lead much as we can.
Yeah, yeah.
Looking at our 11s, we had the same 11 Vida and I, and listening to Kapu, I think you might change, you might swap Sadira out to DDS.
Yeah.
The
I
bowling
mean,
front,
it's not dropping Sadir. It's mainly a tactical
yeah,
change into the team.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's hard.
Um,
It's hard. It's a good headache to have in a way because we didn't have these kind of options
Yeah, I
a
know.
couple of years ago, or maybe
Yeah.
1 year ago. We didn't have these problems. I mean, now we have even in bowling, we don't know whether we want to play Matisha, we want to play Nuwan. There's Dushmanta and Dilshan. So there's so many options that
Yeah.
we have, which means the team is developing well. So this is a very good
yeah,
sign for us. Even I mean, selectors, yes, I know it's a hard task, but that's what we need. In
Yeah.
cricket, we can see that players are coming up in the ranks, and we have selection problems, which means we have something to talk about about selection,
Yeah.
and it's very
Yeah.
hard. That means players are doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good sign for us, and we should be really happy about that.
Good way to move into our bowling as well. I mean, we are pretty confident. I guess we all agree with the batting group or
Mm.
the numbers. Just the number 4 is a bit of a question between Sadira and DDS, and will depend on what the guys float in the order. I mean, an option you gave is Vanidu. If it jumps up the order, might
Yeah, I'm
bring
sorry,
it
bro.
down.
I can give you another option. Ideally, I don't want the Dasun to bat at number 8, because I don't think against South Africa he's gonna be our main bowler, one of our main
Yeah.
bowlers. If he's batting at 8, that means he'll have to bowl his quarter of overs, most of his overs. So what we can do, it's another option. We can talk about options. So is one of the options, bring Angelo or someone at number 4 up, because he's batting well at these days, so he can take the responsibility. That brings
Yeah.
Dasun at number 7, and Vanidu will be floating anyway. So Charit at 5, just say Vanidu at 6, and Dasun at 7. Then we have another bowling option if we can get someone in at number 8. So that's another option, because Dasun playing at 8 is he plays as a bowler. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure whether he's gonna be our main bowler against top teams, top batting lineups. Maybe
Yeah.
against lesser ranked sides, yes. Yes, Dasun is bowling well, but still I I don't still count him as a top bowler or our main bowler. So yeah, there's another way of looking at things, but I really doubt they will do.
We're gonna move into the bowling side. I think we got to discuss our bowling combination and how we're gonna tackle this strong South African batting unit. I know. I mean, we discussed saying our bowling is our strength, but we've got to get on park and deliver it as well. Um, Anything you see, Kapu, that stands out for our bowling unit that can get us home in this game?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, definitely. I think because we have bowlers who played IPL recently, and Vanidu played the last season also, and even Dushi was in the squad. So far as I see, we have enough experience and composure to go there and deliver, and they should know. These batters, South African batters, will come at you hard, but Matisha, Mahesh Theekshana, Vanidu, they all have been in these situations, so they should know how to handle these batters, or if
Yeah,
how to minimize the damage. We talk about now modern day how to minimize the damage. Even if you go for a boundary or a 6 in the first ball, we have to finish the over strong without making it a big over. So it will, for these bowlers, these key bowlers, that will be the biggest challenge.
yeah,
Play with their, they will have their ego, especially Vanidu. That's what I see with him. We all know that he's a world class bowler, but sometimes his ego comes into play when he's bowling in the middle overs and he wants to take the wicket. And he should understand this, when it's the time to take or go for a wicket or try to take a wicket, or contain the batsman. Sometimes batsmen come hard at you. You still try to get the wicket. The over can go over 20 runs,
Mm.
because you end up
yeah,
giving 3 or 4 sixes. So rather than doing that, if you go for a 6 or 4 in the first couple of balls, try to contain the batsman, give them a single or just couple of dot balls or whatever. Don't give them that big extra over. So that will be the key. Whether we can control our ego and do what the team and the situation demands, or we still go to play with the ego, and what happens then. You all played cricket, and we
Mm.
know there are times that you have to come down to your senses, not play with the ego. Whoever you are, whether you are the top player or legend, whoever it is, when the situation demands and the team demands, you have to come down and show your hand up and do what team needs and what that situation needs. So that will be a key thing for us to look at, especially with Vanidu, Mahesh Deekshana. If both of them can do that for us, I think we'll be doing really well in our bowling department. Fast bowling, yeah, of course. Matisha has produced some great death over spells for Chennai. Hopefully, he can do the same for Sri Lanka. And he hasn't done much in Sri Lanka colours. He hasn't played much, but he has the experience of playing IPL. So that experience is almost close to playing international cricket. So he should be very confident. So that will be a very good plus point for us because he has played IPL and he has done well. He has bowled to these batsmen and he has done well. So that will be a very good positive feeling for him. So he should be very. He should be up for the challenge.
Hmm. Good thing about this team is, Kapu, we have Angelo and Dasun in the middle where
Oh yeah,
they can bowl
yeah,
a couple of overs if needed.
yeah,
So which is, I mean, as you said, if you're going to bring in DDS, you have that option as well. So
yeah. So Angelo's couple of overs in the power play will be huge for us if he can get Dickcock out with his slow indie. I mean, it would be. I know Quinton doesn't like that pace because he likes pace onto the bat.
yeah.
Because Angelo has that. He doesn't have. He's not quick. He's not slow. He's in between. So it's a challenging pace for most batters. I mean, especially in the international level, when he swings the ball seems a bit. So it'll be a key matchup again. It'll be a challenge for Quinton de Kock as well. Hopefully we can and Angelo can come out on top of it and get us the early wicket.
With
Yeah.
Angelo, I'm guessing that's no longer a surprise over. All teams will be
Nah,
ready to face Angelo
yeah,
by now. Yeah.
yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean,
Um,
we might be surprised. He might not bowl. Someone else might bowl the first over. So you never know. Um,
yeah.
people tend to do. I mean, teams tend to do
Yeah.
different things.
Do the opposite.
Surprises. Yeah. We always talk
Kapu,
about in the in sorry. We always talk about these surprise, whether we want to give them a surprise or we want to take that challenge of giving the opposition a surprise. I mean, it can backfire as well. So
backfire as well.
you
Yeah.
never know. Yeah.
I mean, you have an eye for good fielding, Kapu. What do you think we, as a fielding unit, we are up for it, or we have improved a lot in the last couple of years?
Yeah. It's uh, with I think it depends on your performance in your batting and bowling as well. When the team doing well, your fielding always lifts up.
Mm.
It's like it circles around. I mean, you say when you feel well, you do the other departments well. But
Yeah.
for me, when the team as a unit, when they do well, especially batting and bowling, and when they start winning, fielding automatically comes up, and your confidence level always comes up. So you can see it. I mean, when you start winning and when you start winning the tournament, so bilateral series against even in Bangladesh, I think our fielding was very good. It always the performance and the attitude changes when you're winning, so that helps a lot. And the attitude has changed. I think now guys are putting their body behind and they are not afraid of taking that challenge.
Yeah.
It's a good sign. It's a very good sign for us. In this tournament in West Indies, it will be a key role for all the teams. Fielding will play a major role. It's the grounds because they play in so many different venues. It's going to be a challenge from different grounds. And these new grounds, we don't know how the outfield is as well. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a challenge. But from the last few months of last few series, our fielding has come up a lot. There's much. I mean, very less drop catches and ground fielding has improved as well.
Yeah.
So that's a very good sign for us. Yeah.
Look, I think the guys probably would have done their groundwork in training, but you're right, it's a new ground, New York, especially. We're not sure. You like you dive, you slide pretty naturally, unlike most of the. I mean, if you look in the current squad, they're not.
It's no, that's the thing, bro. It all depends on whether you understand what you're capable of. I mean, if you go there and try to do something that you are not comfortable or you're not good at, then there's a problem because you are not gonna get off on that well because you need to understand what you're good at, what you can do, what are your limitations as a fielder, and if you identify that and if you know what you're doing. I mean, if you look at Lasit Malinga, he's not a brilliant fielder, but he knew what he can do in the field.
Yeah.
Even one Kulasekara, yes, he's a brilliant athlete, but still he knew what he can do. He's not gonna dive around and not like in 30-yard circle. He's not gonna dive around and do all that. But he does what he can do, and he in the field he knew what are the areas that he can do well. So that's important, even for our bowlers, especially Mahesh, Matish, all of them. I mean, they're not bad fielders. It's just that they need to understand what they're capable of and what they are good at and which positions they are good at. So
Hmm.
if you are in an uncomfortable position like a fielding position, you need to change. It's your responsibility. There's nothing to be shamed of. Yeah, I mean, rather than you dropping a catch or giving, a boundary or whatever, it's easier. Oh, and it's better for the team that you are identify that you are not good in that area, so you change with it's someone good. So I think it's
Mm.
all about you taking uh, charge or you taking the responsibility and changing up. And I remember when I was playing, when we were playing, even Sanat, there was that was his last few years of playing, and he did it. I mean, not to be ashamed or nothing uh, down on him, but he understood where he can feel, and with his age and his body where he can feel. So he changed all the time. He call me or whoever is there and he changed up. So that I think that helps the team. I mean, you save a
Yeah.
run or you take a good catch, so that helps the team.
So that's why
Look,
you had to
I'm
go
guessing.
from mid long on to long
Oh
on.
yeah, that yeah, that even in my 30s I had to do that. So that's in the end, if I don't do it, it's unnatural now. It just comes automatically. Just have to go. Yeah,
Look, our fielding will be there'll be some passengers on board. Just looking
of
at
course.
the squad that will play, we'll have 4 to 5 players that will have to be strategic where we are kind of placing them. Getting into the bowling back again, we've seen Dushmantha. Like if we look at Dushmantha, he's been with the IPL setup, so I'm guessing he'll come in fresh for this group. I personally would like to see him playing. Um, he'll probably bowl two at the top or within the power play, and then look to use him at the depth along with Mahesh Matisha Patiran. I'm guessing because he's been the death bowler
Hmm.
in T20 cricket. Do you think that's where the guys will go, or
Uh,
will Mahesh be
I
fighting for the new ball?
ideally, yes. My concern is Dushi didn't bowl in I mean, death overs in the practice game. He didn't bowl those couple of overs that he had.
Yep.
Dasun bowled those couple of overs. So I'm concerned why the team did that. The
Yeah.
management. I mean, if we are planning bowling Dushi in the death, we should have bowled him. And it's a practice game. Whether we or lose, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We have to go and check whether Dushi is up for the challenge. I'm
Yeah.
concerned about that. So I don't know what was the thinking behind not bowling Dushi in the death overs. Maybe they're not looking at Dushi at the death. Maybe ball finish Dushi before the death overs. Maybe before
Mm.
16th over, and maybe go with Sun and Mahesh and Matisha in the last four
Yeah.
overs. maybe that can be the plan. Finish Dushi before 16.
Yeah.
I'm sure Matisha will start bowl. Like they will do what CSK did. They will bowl all his forwards back and bowl Dushi up front and in the middle overs, the next 2 overs. So that might be the plan. Bowl Dasun 1 over and Mahesh Tikshana 1 over. So that can be the plan. That's the only way I can look at why he didn't bowl in the last practice game in the death overs. Because ideally, if he's going to bowl, he's going to be our death bowler. He should be bowling.
Yeah. Lately, he's been very good with the new ball. So maybe, as you said, maybe looking at him use with the new ball.
And it makes sense because Dushi, for me, he's not our top death bowler. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been a great death bowler. He's okay in patches, but he hasn't been the greatest death bowler. But he's up front and middle overs. Yes, with the pace,
Yep.
can use the short ball and yeah. So if that's the case, I think that's a very good ploy and a very good option.
All right. I think we should wrap up, but we can go on forever, Kapu, because there's so many interesting conversations coming up. Coming out from this chat. You'll definitely have to come back, Kapu, throughout the World Cup.
Of course, of course, I'm happy to.
Yeah. We'll try to catch up again and have a chat. We'll have to talk about LPL auction as well. So we'll do a longer episode.
Yeah, and yeah, after today's match, we'll have a lot to talk about. I mean, hopefully we were right most of it. If not, we'll have a lot to talk about. And we'll have to talk about what went wrong in our thinking as well.
100%. That's where the fun is, Kapu. So yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
No, thank you so much for joining us. Our listeners are gonna love it. Hopefully Sri Lanka comes up as winners tonight and start their campaign of this World Cup.
Good luck, guys. Whoever's watching and all of you Sri Lankan fans, good luck.
Yeah,
enjoy.
We're looking for a good match.
And remember one thing, all the fans, cricketers are human beings too. So yeah, they make mistakes. So please, when you're commenting or when you're putting your thoughts in, consider that as well, please. All good.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Be nice. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, guys. It was lovely.
Thanks a lot.